So I got a request to do a video on Nicki Minaj and how her next album will do, and whether or not it'll go number one, or how many number ones she will have off of the album. How will Nicki Minaj's next album go? Will it do well? How will Nicki Minaj's next album go? And how many possible number ones will it have on it? How will Nicki Minaj's next album go? So, I pulled the Five of Pentacles upright, the Eight of Swords upright, the Chariot, Ace of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And for the back of the deck, got the Two of Pentacles upright. Alright, so with the Five of Pentacles upright, that card is normally the need card. Like you may need some help or some assistance in an area, which makes sense because in her live she was talking about kind of pretty much having like writer's block, and that Drake really helped her get over that. So I'm thinking maybe she still feels kind of stuck in that when it comes to doing an entire album. It also means, don't be ashamed to ask. Like if she does need Drake to come on by, ask him to come on by. It's no harm in that. Y'all work together all the time. In work, it could also mean that you're feeling like you may not have enough money for certain things that you need, or certain bills that need to be paid. Maybe you're feeling drained as well from work-related responsibilities. Like what you're doing money-wise is kind of draining you a little bit, which could also make sense in all those departments because she's, again, with her husband. She's paying for lawyers that you probably wouldn't be having to pay for if it wasn't for him, which means she's got to work a little bit harder. She's got a child that she didn't have before, and a man who is not as financially stable as she is. So I feel like when it comes to the album, she may be a little stressed out and a little worried. Maybe she's like, I might need some assistance. Maybe that has to do with her dropping out the album. It's very interesting. It's the Five of Pentacles, and I'm thinking it's her 5th album that she's about to drop. Next to it, I have the Eight of Swords. This card normally means you're holding yourself back. Like maybe she's holding herself back. Maybe there's some music she might want to release on the album that she's not sure how it will be perceived by the world, but she's holding herself back because everything she puts out, the world and her fan base love. So it's giving me, maybe she's worried about the album. Maybe she thinks she needs help. Maybe she's worried about putting it out. At the end of that lineup, I have the Chariot upright. With the Chariot in reverse, it's normally a decision-making card or a path card, like going on your path, making a decision. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background because she kind of sounds like a bird. But it normally means making decisions or stay on that course you're on because it is upright. So maybe she's on the right course. Like she's feel like she needs help. She's worried for no reason because she is on the right course. So I feel like that means that that album will go well. She's just worried about it. But she probably doesn't need to be. Just stick the route that she's going and she'll be fine. Then underneath the Five of Pentacles, I pulled the Ace of Cups. With the Ace of Cups, Normally, well, the aces are beginning cards, but with this one, it could mean, sometimes it means childbirth. So, you know, love card, emotions. Um, so that's very interesting. It could also mean that what she's doing with the album, if we look outside of her relationship and thinking about it when it comes to making the album, maybe she's ready to express herself creatively. It's a dream fulfillment card as well. So maybe this new album will be something that she loves, something that might be important to her, like a child, perhaps. Like she put in a lot of work and effort with it. You know, maybe because she needed assistance coming together with somebody, it made the project even more special and important to her. Now, with the Five of Wands upright, that card is giving me the idea that it could be some conflict with the album, or maybe conflict with herself, maybe her defending her album or a certain song, perhaps. Because I remember the last time her album came out, there was a song, I think, with Tracy Chapman. Plenty of songs. You know, somebody's always like, oh, that's my beat, or, you know, I need credit on that. Or so I feel like something could be conflicting with something on her album. Maybe a conflict with her label. That could also be something that gives me that vibe, or maybe a conflict with herself, like she's not confident enough. Like paired with this card, it's giving me the she might not be confident, but it's an imagined situation. Like she just might not feel confident in the album. At some point, she might be nervous. Like she's causing herself that stress. Maybe it's not even coming from anybody else. Especially since it's really important to her. I feel like this card is giving me this album is super important to her, especially if it's like her last album or her senior album. It probably has an important meaning to her. And sorry about my cat in the background. Oh my goodness. And then, like I said, next to that, I have the Four of Pentacles. Now, seeing the Four of Pentacles does give me slight concern. Like maybe when her album might come out at the same time as somebody else. Like maybe she has some competition with this album, perhaps. Just like Drake and Kanye dropping at the same time and that whole thing. Because when you think about it, Cardi B hasn't dropped her album yet either. Like that would be interesting if they drop at the same time and it's some kind of confliction, you know, with timing. But it's still a good decision. I feel like competition is always a good thing. This is also a hold on to your money card as well. So I'm thinking maybe also like, because I feel like, so maybe somebody is, you know, trying to get to her money, or maybe somebody wants a feature that can't afford a feature. I mean, because she can't just give away all her features for free. That's not something you can do. Yeah, just this card right here is definitely giving me like maybe competition vibes, or possibly somebody not wanting to pay her for something that she's supposed to get compensated for. Like that also could be with these two means where she has to battle to get compensated. Maybe there's a song on the album that she has trouble with. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's gonna go well. Just she might have a little bit of issues with it, but I mean, who doesn't? That's pretty much how I feel like albums go. Like something's gonna go wrong, but is it gonna go well is the question. And so far, it looks like it'll go well. Then I got the Two of Pentacles on the back of the deck, which could possibly mean two of her songs go number one. With this card, it does suggest her balancing out her money. It's a successful card. It's definitely a successful card, and it means you might be busy, but you're juggling it. It's upright, so you can handle what you're going through. So when she drops this album, the album probably will make her busy, but not too busy. Not too busy where she can't get things done. And then also because it's the two, it's giving me success. Like she will be financially successful from this album, which means the album should definitely do well. The person asked how many number ones would she get. That is a hard one to judge by. But when I look at the cards, I pulled a few two cards. Like that was on the back of the deck. This card is a two card. Then we also got an ace, a number one, a beginning. Then we got this, the Five of Pentacles, which is not a two card, but it's a two card in a sense because of the two individuals on this card, unless you have a different deck, like a novelty deck. Like I have a Game of Thrones novelty deck where Arya is on it, which is my cat's name. But Arya is on it, and it's just her. So it wouldn't really give me a 2-5. But normally if you pull this card, it's two people on the card. So I'm like, she might have two number ones, or one of them goes number one, or the whole album itself. You know, could be possible. That one's harder to tell, but so far it looks like the album will go well. It's just, she will have problems within, I guess, releasing it or the process, but at the end of the day, she should still go the route she's going because it's going to turn out well. Like, she's got this, pretty much is what this is saying. Alright, so I did an extension on the cards. Gave me the Three of Cups. It's a lot of love that seems like it possibly will get put into this album. The World in reverse. And the Two of Cups. It's giving me a collab vibe. Pulling this is definitely giving me like a collaboration. Coming together. This is the Cheers card. It's normally positive. It's a love card. It's an emotion card. So coming together and really doing something organic for the album with a group of individuals. Everything probably won't turn out exactly the way she wants it to, especially when you're putting stuff out to the world. That's why, like I said, it seems like it'll turn out good. Just somewhere in the middle there. Something is going to be off in the middle. But we pulling this, not just, it might be all her feelings. Like, you know, when you put out work, you might not feel like your work is good enough. But at the end of the day, it should be okay. The Two of Cups pulled up with the Chariot, which means at the end of the day, she'll feel happy with what she put out. And if she does collab with someone, it'll go well. Like, I feel like this is interesting, honestly, when you put these three together. Putting those three together is also very interesting to me, even though I put them out of order. But yeah, these three together, it's very interesting to me, especially if she's doing a collaboration with someone. It might not be exactly what she expected, or it might not be exactly what the world expected, but it'll end up good in the end. They'll come together and it'll be good. So I wonder who that collaboration will be with, because I feel like she already collaborated with Bia. That wouldn't be on her album, so I wonder who she's going to put on her album that she might collaborate with, where it might be like, ooh, they come together. Oh my goodness, what if it's Cardi B? Wouldn't that be a shocker? I doubt it, but when you see stuff like this, and then this world card is in reverse, and maybe people might not be okay with it. That is kind of interesting. I love doing the tarot cards. But anyway, that's the end of my video. Hope you enjoyed it. For entertainment purposes only, definitely, allegedly. Just having fun with my cards.